All right, make a video about what you stated about you want to recharge like us. Everybody has their own way. I do higher highs, higher lows, market structure, smart money concepts, ICC, whatever you want to call it. Names are names. I basically read price action, higher highs, higher lows. As you can see, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and so forth, jumping all the way up here, higher high, higher low. Now we're working on potentially breaking this high. Right? A situation like this is replay mode. This is SPX on the 7 hour. Let's go to the daily. It's SPX on the daily, right? So this is the last higher high, the last higher low. We're now working at all-time highs at this current moment, potentially looking for an upward movement. We don't know. All right, so a situation like this, I mark out my daily with the red. So red and red, the higher high and the higher low. That's the frame that I'm working in, the area that I'm working in right now. So that's what I know. On this, we had the high, we had the pullback, right? And then now we have the continuation. So impulse or indication, correction, continuation, right? However you want to name it. But anyhow, higher highs, higher lows, right? So as we move with the replay mode, we can see that price is now on this little pullback mode, came up, still failure to break above this level right here with rejection wicks. So this right here could for sure be labeled as a potential supply zone right here. Whatever you want to call it, right? It's respecting that level, right? So now we're moving. All right, we get a pullback, we get a pullback. All right, so as price pulls back, we can see that this 9 EMA is below the 9 EMA. So to me, that signals a kind of potential bearish indicator. We can see that price is starting to, I guess, round out. In a situation like this, how price significantly, boom, drops, boom, pulls up, boom, drops. Now we're rounding, right? That's the level that wants to hold right there, from my experience. So now, price is rounding, it works its way back up. Cool, we get a gap up. Now we can see that the price kind of just doesn't want to break this level right here. So we can most definitely count that as support for sure. Right, we came up, we touched it, we bounced, we came up, we held this, we bounced. Now we got a gap up. Most likely we get we fill the gap. So let's see what we do. All right, we fill the gap, we got a gap down, we fill the gap. So now a situation like this, right, we've held it, looks like we're gonna hold it. Right, for SPX, SPX is a big mover, so you don't want to have a huge ass stop loss, right? All right, bam, we got a bullish engulfing, right? So a situation like this right here, here's where you buy. So we got the higher high, higher low. Now we're working within this range right here. We can see that price right here is respecting this level because it bounced, because it bounced, because it bounced. And that right there is telling me, hey, it wants to hold. So now we're already in a bullish type of mindset or biased. Right, we've already done our pullback. We're holding in the higher 50% of the area. We're holding this as support. Now we have a bullish engulfing. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and buy. In a situation like this, you can put your stop loss beneath that little basic candle right there. Right, now we're going to see how price decides to work itself out. All right, now we can see the price jumps up. Remember, this is the hourly. So price starts to jump up. Cool, it's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. Right, in a situation like this, we got the higher high, higher low. Now we just broke this higher high. So this candle right here lets me know that big rejection wick on the 1 hour. Right, small body. So might want to get out. Right, so let's get out right here. A $14 move on an SPX trade, which is fucking massive, right? So we'll move this right here. So remember, this is on the daily. The red is on the daily. We got to break a structure right here. But if we move to the daily, higher highs and higher lows, right? That was the last high, that was the last low. We broke this area right here. So break of structure. We came up, right? All right, we're still pushing. We're still pushing. All right, we got to pull back. All right, so right now, remember this was on the daily, so we broke this one. Price went all the way up here. So that is the new high on the daily. Now we're getting a pullback. Now, situation like this was a support level that we didn't want to break beneath. But just because it's a support level doesn't mean what I'm about to say holds true simply because. It holds true what I'm about to say about what I call a no trade zone, right? We don't want to trade beneath this level right here. Reason being is because we were once operating within this range, the higher high and the higher low, right? Within that range, we came up, we pulled back, and then we broke. So this right here becomes the new low that caused the break of this. So therefore, I don't want to trade beneath that low right there. So that is my no trade zone. Extend that out. All right, let's see if price trades beneath that. Big red bar, and hey, well, you know, touched it, bounced. Right, right. And then we get a break, we get a break. Okay. All right, so now since we get a break, this now moves over here. This becomes break of structure. And after every break of structure comes what? A pullback. This right here was the low that we should not have broken to break up. And now we broke with the break of structure. We did a pullback. This is the low that we should not break now in order to remain bullish. So let's see if price remains bullish. Remember, we did a break of structure, so we broke the high. Pullback is due. Is it going to be now or later? We don't know, but we should not trade beneath that one if we want to keep a bullish structure. All right, and we don't trade beneath that level. So now we have a new break of structure and a new level right there. And then the new no trade zone right here. Gucci. That's how I read it. Hopefully that made sense. If not, ask whatever question you feel like you need to.